Good evening to all. Today we will discuss how to write a scientific article, part 3. In part 1, we discuss what are the basic requirements we have to do before we start writing. And also we discuss what are the major sections or what are the sections of a scientific article. In part 2, we discuss about the first section, that was title. What is the importance of title? How we can choose our title can be attractive. And today we'll discuss the next section, that is called abstract. So we will discuss in this section what is an abstract and what is the importance of abstract. So we will discuss what is an abstract, what is the importance of abstract, then what are the information should be presented in abstract. So where we have to focus when we start writing our abstract. At the end, we'll also discuss, we'll also demonstrate that whether whatever the point should be presented in abstract, which we will discuss, we will also correlate with the published article, whether there follows or not. So let's start about the abstract session, and I'm sure it will be helpful for all the new beginners. So let's start. So what is an abstract? So an abstract is nothing but a concise overview of your whole manuscript or whole article or whole research work. A concise overview. Like in title, what we understand? What is the meaning of title? We understand that in title, we are taking that reveals few keywords of your whole manuscript. In this time, in abstract, that is key sentence we will take together to make a paragraph which will demonstrate whole story or complete of your research work or of your paper. So in this case, like in title, we take few keywords. In abstract, we will take few sentences. And that should be concise. So in abstract, we will focus that it will be a concise, attractive, and also informative. So basically, the importance of an abstract, it should be concise, it will be attractive and informative, so that when someone will read your article or read your research work, just after reading your abstract, they will be motivated to read your whole manuscript. And particular, this abstract, whenever a researcher start writing the abstract, this abstract, researchers don't have to copy from any published paper. It is completely self-contained text. Whenever you will prepare your abstract, that should be completely self-contained text. That's the reason in abstract, we don't have to include any citation or any references. So in abstract section, there will be no references or no citations. So now we can understand about the importance of abstract. So we have to make concise, attractive, as well as informative. And why we want concise, particularly in this case? Generally, when we have to submit our manuscript or article in any journal, so basically, journal to journal it varies that there will be limitation of words or characters for abstract. Basically, it varies from 80 to 150 words. So abstract should be concise. So in this word, we have to restrict our abstract. That's why we have to careful. Then why it is we have to give some special importance? What is the importance of abstract? Because whenever you will submit your article, the editorial board, the editorial office, the editor-in-chief, he don't have time here. The editor-in-chief has no time to read your whole manuscript. So he will check your abstract title and your abstract first. Then only from that abstract they can understand about your work and then they can send for review. And whenever you will try to write your abstract, researchers start writing or you will read the abstract of other papers, you will find basically they followed the abstract should be written in past tense. That is in third person. Past tense in third person format. So always try to follow the abstract part should be in past tense in third person. So I will demonstrate also the published article, then we will get clear idea about that. So now when you submit your article and editor will send your manuscript or your submitted article, scientific article to the reviewers. So you have to know that when your work assigned to any reviewer, so the reviewer can't see from the beginning, the reviewer can't see your whole manuscript. The reviewer can see only your abstract. So the reviewer will read only your abstract and then the reviewer will decide whether he will review your, or the reviewer, whether he or she will review your manuscript or he will reject directly not to review the particular article. So we have to give special focus when we will start writing the abstract. So we have to give little more time on abstract. Now we will go how we will write abstract and what are the point should be focused when we will write an abstract. That is more important. So what are the points should be focused in an abstract? Like as we told that in title, we are taking some few keywords which reveals whole story of the manuscript. Here, as I told, we have to take few sentences which reveals the whole story or whole manuscript or whole research work. So what are the points should be focused when you will start writing in abstract? So the first point, that is background. So first 2-3 lines should be focused background. So first 2-3 sentences you have to focus on background. We will see also whether the published articles follows the same or not. That also I will compare at the end. So now we'll understand what do you mean by background, that we understand. So let's first we have to finish that what are the point we should focus. The first point is background. So first sentence should be some background. Second, we have to focus on methods. So first 2 sentences should be background. Second will be methods. Methods, don't think that all the experimental procedure and all, only the particular main method, major method you applied. Then that should be 1 line. The next should be results. Next sentence should be results. In this results, what do you mean by results? Not discussion, only result part. So I will discuss later what do you mean by what we should write in results, what we should write in background, what we should focus in methods. So all we will discuss one by one. And the last part is conclusion. So when the new researchers start writing the abstract, the researchers should focus these 4 points. First one is background, second is methods, third is results, and fourth is conclusion. So all the researchers will also see the published article, whether they are follows or not. I'm damn sure all the research article, published research article follows the same. You can see any of this. I will, for the comparison, I will also take 2 articles, 2 article I will take it. But first we have to understand now what do we mean by background, means what we have to exactly write, in methods, what we have to write, in results, what we have to write, or in conclusion, what we have to write. Let's start one by one. So background means what we can understand. Means generally we will write 2 or 3 sentences. So means we will remind the context. So in the first sentence, whenever we will write the abstract, we will remind about the story. We have to remind the context or the perspectives. We will remind. Means what exactly? Like it remains a challenge, or it is need, or something which we want and urgently we need this. So we will first we have to flashback the story, about the story, which one we want to focus before we come to our main objective, what exactly we want to do, that there is a urgent need of that. So for that we will put a background, like 1 or 2 sentences, one sentence we can put like that there is an urgent need of this. Or you can, any article you can see, you will find definitely some sentence will be written that there is an urgent need of this, or remains silence, or it is a challenging task, so we have to do this. So what exactly we did. So before that, we will give a hint on the background. So first 2 line or first line, first sentence. The next sentence will be our main objective. Like what exactly it is, since it was needed, so here we want to do this. So the first background line will be like there is a need or a challenge to do this, then we did it that way. The second sentence will be our main objective, we did it. That's why you can able to find any manuscript, the first sentence will be like that, like there is an urgent need, or it remains a challenge to do this, like that you'll find the first sentence. The second sentence you will find, herein we demonstrate, or herein we report, or here we showed, or here we presented. So like that. So the first sentence will be you have to remind the context. Second, your main objective, herein what you did it. So this is all about your background. So that will be 2-3 sentences. 2 sentences or 3 sentences enough. Based on your number of words, you can choose it. Our next point is methods. In methods, what exactly we want to say? Simply the main method or the major method, what exactly you applied the method. Not that the procedure you will write. Procedure in the experimental method section or in the methodology section, you will explain all in detail what exactly you did, all point, every point you will focus it. But in particularly in here, in the abstract part, what is the main method you used? Theoretical or experimental, whatever. What is the main method you use? Just 1 sentence you have to write. This method used for this one. If experimentally, you synthesize or prepare this material or fabricate this device using this method. If experimental, if theoretical, then you applied a DFT or whatever, which application, which one you used that method, you just apply. You have to write it. So the first sentence will be, you have to give a reminder that this is a urgent need is there. So background, the first sentence. Second sentence will be main objective, what exactly you want to do. Third statement will be the method what you apply. In objective part also you can add also the methods. That is also you can objective you can add. Or objective, after the main objective, you want to do this, then how you did this. In the background, in background you mentioned that there is a need. Second sentence, main objective is this. Third sentence, to achieve this main object, which method you used. Then next part will be our results. So for this results part, so here, first you have to check your methodology. What are the different types of methods all you used? So for all this part, you list out. You have to list out the exact value and exact result, how much you observed. So it will be better if you represent the whole number you will represent, that will be also better. Otherwise, all these results, whatever you observed, whatever your new findings, what you observed, so that you list it out, the highest result for your measurements, what are the highest result, what are the best you observed, what are the best things you observed, so all you list it out. For the experimental section, for those who are experimental, who are doing experimental research in experiments, suppose they prepared 10 samples or 12 samples or 12 fabricated 12 device, all device they perform. So among them, the best one, how much they got, how much they observed, lowest one, how much they observed, the last final result, that they have to list it out and they have to put it here. Or what are the methods they applied, for each method, what exactly they got, for each method or each used instrument, what have they observed, that they have to list it out. Similarly, if they are expert in theory, if they are doing the theoretical experiments, similarly, how much result they observed for each section, for each method, for each theoretical methods. I'm sorry, they have to list it out and they have to mention in this result section. So that should be around 3-4 sentences they can write. Next will be the conclusion. So in conclusion part, what they have to write in, what they will write, like the final 2 sentences, final 1 sentence, what they should write. In the final sentence, like the first sentence will be there as a reminder that it needed. Second sentence will come, the main objective. Third sentence came, to achieve that objective, which method they used. Fourth sentence will come, after applying those methods, after applying these methods, what are the results they observed? What are the new findings they observed? And the final sentence will be what? The final sentence, they will be summarizing the best one. They will be summarizing the best one, and they have to give a hint for the implementation of your work for the future studies or for the future research. So whatever you will find the best result, best finding, the major finding that the use for the future research. So that is the process you have to follow when you will start writing for abstract. So I hope you got all clear about the how we can write abstract. So in the abstract, when we will write, so mainly we have to focus 4 things. One is, first is the background, where we have to write, we have to give a reminder of the context. Second part, and also we have to focus background also, the main objective we will mention. Second is methods, which major method you used to observe that objective. Third, results, what are your finding. The final one, conclusion, in that which was you observed the best finding among all, the best finding, that what will be the future application for that, or That's why you can able to see that is a potential candidate for future this application, and it can be used for this, it can be used for this application or for this generation, that like that you will find the last sentence. So now in this abstract, when we will start writing the abstract, what are the things not required? We don't have to write in abstract section. What are the things? First is reference. We don't need any references. We don't have to cite. This is completely self-content or own content text. Second part, discussion. There will be no discussion about the results here. Only what you observe, that no need to discuss anything. Third part, in the abstract section, there will be no figure or no tables. So figures, tables, references, discussions will be not present in the abstract section. Now I will start to whatever I told, that we will check it. So this is one of published paper of our group. So let's see whether we followed all this or not. So you can see now the first sentence, what did he mention? So so now you can see, so first we write the title as we discussed about the title. Then as you can see here, all authors' names are mentioned. And then definitely when you will write, then definitely here affiliation should be there. But this is I took from this paper directly. So here it was not showed, but you can able to see it. But when you will write in your Word file, that time or in LaTeX, that time definitely to put the affiliation of the authors. So, and then the email address of your corresponding author. So now let's read that. The first what I told, remind the context, means what exactly now needed. So you can see now here it was mentioned. It remains challenge to find a suitable gas sensing material. So means we need a material, very difficult to find this. So there is a challenges. We need a material, suitable material for gas sensing application. So now you can see the first sentence completely match what as I discussed. So it remains a challenge to find a suitable gas sensing material that show a high response. So now you can see that it was so like we need this type of material which can show high sensitivity or high response towards several volatile organic compounds. So we mentioned here. Next, as I told, next sentence will be our objectives. After first and second sentence will be our main objectives. Means herein we present, herein we showed or demonstrate or represent or reported. So here you can see that here also I wrote the same sentence. So here you can see here we report a mixed metal oxide W3SNO2 nanocomposite material. So our main objective, I want to show it here. The next part is what I told. Next part will be to achieve that objective. Which method we apply? Just to have to write the method's name. So now you can see that whether we mentioned this or not, you can see now here we mentioned by a simple single step one pot hydrothermal method. I did not discuss about what the hydrothermal method, what exactly we did in hydrothermal before we do the hydrothermal, how we did this, how did this, that I did not mention here. That will be in methodology section. I just mentioned the method name. Then I mentioned that which just that that reaction carried out at which temperature that we mentioned. That is, we also sometimes also you find also some papers also they will not mention. That is okay, but we can mention just simply just that the condition. So next was what? What are the results we observed? So now you can able to see it here. All the results we listed after that. What are the method? What are we applied and what are the results we observed? We mentioned. You can see that all the results now we mentioned. that what are our finding. So we mentioned here about when we did this SCM or TM, what results we observed, that we mentioned it here. And then you can see that our finding, like here you can see that 200 degrees centigrade. So here you can see the optimum responses, the best results, which one we observed, that we mentioned it here. You can see that 200 degree, 300 degree, 350 degrees centigrade for the sensing for ammonia, ethanol, and acetone. So the final result, what we observed, that we mentioned it here. The last point, as I told, last will be the conclusion. So in this conclusion means what? Means our finding, the best finding, how we can implement for our future research. So here you can see that the last sentence we mentioned what? The present results on the cost-effective noble metal-free, this W3SNO2 sensor could find potential application in human breath analysis. So it could be fine for future as a breath sensors. So hope you can understand. This is like a gas sensing field in material science field. Another paper another field we'll try it. I like also, this is also one of from our group. So during my PhD, I did this. That was also my PhD work, one of my PhD work. So here also PhD work. So you can see this one. So whether you focus on that. So now here, like title is there first, then our names are there. Then you can see here, we mentioned here, the affiliation is there. So now you can see it. The first sentence is a background, whether we followed or not the background part. Background means what we have to do. This one is needed. So here you can see it, what we mentioned. Developing. So development of active material capable of delivering high specific capacitance is one of the present challenge in supercapacitor application. So it is a present challenge is there in this supercapacitor application. So we given a hints that there is a need. Next will be what is the main objective. So you can see the next sentence start with, herein we report a facile, then what we report, which method we applied, solvothermal approach. Then what we prepared, we mentioned it. Then our main objectives. What are the findings we observed? So you can see now here, we given one finding here, we given 465 farad at 1 ampere. The best result, what we want to show it. So we can see it here. You can see that this is one finding. Another, we can see that stability. So whatever the things we did it for all one sentence as a result, the major findings, we have to write it down. So you can see it. We write down what the measures for each part. We given one sentence. And also here you can see the energy density or power density. So for all the finding results, we given one sentences. And end sentence will be our conclusion. So you can see it now in the conclusion part, what the last sentence showed. So last sentence should be for future perspective or for future research, whether our material will be a suitable candidate for the future applications. So here you can see that what we mentioned, the high energy density and excellent capability, and excellent capacity retention obtained using a graphite W3 nanowire nanocomposite demonstrate that it could be a promising material for the practical application in energy storage devices. So we give hints that this material can be used for the practical application in future. So that I took two of our group published work during my PhD, which I did it, I showed it. But definitely you will find any paper you can take it, you will find the same concept. These 4 parts, they will follow. First part is background. Second part is your main objective. Third part will be main methods. main method, fourth part will be the results, and last of this you will find as conclusion. So any good quality paper, you can take it and you will find. If you will not find that those things, then please in comment box you put it. Then I will definitely try to find out. If you will, if whatever I told, if it will deviate, then please in the comment box you can write. So then I will definitely focus more on it. And definitely I shared here, it is, again I want to confirm that it is not ultimate. Many other new resources are there, so they can also modify or they can also change this. So thank you very much for your kind attention. Kindly subscribe our channel. If you want to give any suggestions, then write down on the comment box. So thank you very much. Thank you. So next we will go for the introduction part. So after the abstract part, there will be keywords. So keywords means like what are the key points we in title, which one we used. So what are the similarly, what are the key words are there? Like if we search that, that will demonstrate our work. So keywords we should give that one. I will just keep it. Some keywords we can mention of our research work, and the next part is introduction. So our part 4 we will discuss about the introduction part. So how we will write introduction, what is the importance of introduction. So thank you very much.